Atlanta's #1 radio stations, Swanky 93.3 and The Heat 94.6 radio stations, has you covered. From our studios to our newsroom at K.L.P Entertainment. Listen on all major audio platforms like Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audacity, Apple Podcast, Stitcher Podcast, Google Podcast, YouTube, and more.
You've heard it said, he's a diamond in the rough. Or maybe, diamonds are forever. Here's something else I've learned about diamonds. They're just pieces of coal put under pressure for a long, long, long time. So when I start feeling like I want to give up, I think about that little piece of coal. And if that piece of coal can make something of itself by not giving up, so can I. Persistence is in you. Pass it on. From PassItOn.com.
K.L.P Aftermath with your host Kennedy Lucas brings out all the stops. Tune in to K.L.P Aftermath as we have stories, reviews, current events, and even our famous segment, Elephant in the Room. Inspired by the Breakfast Club's Donkey of the Day, K.L.P Aftermath with your host Kennedy Lucas streams on Atlanta's #1 radio station, Swanky 93.3 and The Heat's 94.6 radio station. Listen on all major audio platforms like Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audacity, Apple Podcast, Stitcher Podcast, Google Podcast, YouTube, and more.
He went without food, not to lose weight, but to help people lose generations of hate. While many around him rose up with violence, he sat down for peace. When others used religion as an excuse for war, he used it to remind them of love. Mahatma Gandhi made the world a far better place by reaching out with the strength he cultivated within his soul. Soul is in you. Now pass it on. From PassItOn.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet.
You are now tuned in to Atlanta's hottest radio show.
Even the other stations are tuned in too.
K.L.P Aftermath. Swanky. With your host, Kennedy Lucas. On Swanky 93.3 radio station. The Heat 94.6 radio station.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is the hit, amazing Atlanta podcast, #1 podcast in Atlanta. This is the K.L.P Aftermath Season 6. I'm your host, K.L.P Kennedy Lucas. Welcome back to another exciting podcast episode here today. Very, very glorious day. Of course, again, I'm your host, K.L.P Kennedy Lucas. We've got my girl, Simone Teags, up in the building. Shout out to you as well. You know, it's good to be back here into the studio after a Grand Slam Memorial weekend. Now, I know you guys were expecting podcasting yesterday, but, you know, I got in, super late. I want to say Monday night, and then it was our early rough start Tuesday morning because of the late night Monday night. So we back today, Wednesday, for another exciting podcast here today with my nearest and dearest Simone Teags. How are you? What's going on?
It's a great day. It's a great day indeed. Thank you again for always having me on the spotlight. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your girl, Simone Teags. Welcome back to another exciting podcast. Like Kennedy mentioned, it's been great. Memorial Day it's been fun. It's been very fun. Of course, I was outside catching up on some friends and some family members. Quite a few family members of mine had, cookouts. Had some very good cookouts as well. Eating chicken wings, salmon, salads, corn on the cob, fish. We really got to understand the principle of Memorial Day, though, because I know a lot of people would say that Memorial Day is more of a day where you don't work, you have the day off. To most people, if you work in corporate, or in your case, Kennedy, universities and institutions, yeah, you normally get those days off. But my salute to all my responders and first responders and nurses and, essential workers that have to work on Memorial Day. You really don't get that day off. You do get time and a half though, but you don't really get those times off. So we really got to understand the purpose of Memorial Day and really understand the outlook when it comes down to Memorial Day. It's more than just, to me, it's more than just cookouts and seeing family members. It's about remembering those who who fought for us, right? Because I was gonna say the men and women that fought for us, they braver than me because I haven't been called up. But I mean, I see videos. I see a lot of videos online about soldiers and military that fought for our country and really fought and died for our country. So it's a thing that we tend to kind of forget because we forget about these things. But that's the true meaning of Memorial Day is recognizing all the people that died in wars and really understanding. But it's a celebration too, right? And I guess that's where the celebration comes in, Kennedy, where it's you're at a cookout, you're just celebrating the country, celebrating a little bit of veterans, yeah, right? We're celebrating. So I don't know, I was thinking about that on my way here to the studio because a lot of people tend to think we tend to forget.
And we really shouldn't forget about the true meaning of Memorial Day and Veterans Day, for that matter as well. We tend to forget the true meaning of why we were off and we celebrate these kind of days. I think now, unfortunately, we have become, we always been capitalistic, Simone, but, we tend to forget because it's all about the sales and what meat can go on sale and what you can buy. And, you're celebrating Memorial Day, post it on social media because it's for social media. We tend to forget, the true meaning of it. And I know we sound like some grumpy old grumps on the show, but it is true. And I feel that when that stuff is true, it's never going to change, right? Next year is going to be the same thing, right? They're going to, and maybe a lot of companies are going to think, okay, Memorial Day, let's get these sales rolling. Let's see if we can get a sale on a furniture, right? That's the most common one. Rooms to go, shout them out. They're, hey, Memorial Day sale. Bam, get 50% off if you come in our store on Memorial Day, right? So we can still be in business. It's like that. It's going to be like that for a very, very long time. Like you said, Simone, you was outside. I was outside as well. Didn't want to stay in the house on Memorial Day. Went out to a cookout with some of my nearest and dearest. Very, very fun. We ate hamburgers and hot dogs and baked beans and corn on the cob. And, we really got to know one another. We had some very interesting, juicy conversations as well. So, yeah, it was a great Memorial Day. It was a great weekend, right? Because, we closed down our shop, K.L.P Entertainment, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So it's been a very, very fun weekend. I hate that the weekends go by so fast nowadays. When I was a kid, Simone, the weekends used to go by really, really long, and we've had things going on and it's still the weekend. But now that we're all adults and we're all working with our businesses and side hustles and whatnot, we become full-fledged adults. We get down to it, and it's a fast weekend. Before you know it, the weekend's over, and now we're back in the studio. We're back at work like yesterday. Yesterday was Tuesday, and gosh, yesterday was long. It felt like yesterday was the Monday for the week, and Mondays are not really the fun days because you got to plan up all the other things you got to plan up for the week, right? And that's never fun. But good to be back in the studio for sure to do a pod. But the Memorial Day weekend was spectacular. Hopefully you guys are ready for it. The next holiday to come up is Juneteenth, and I know this segment we like to call Simone Teags spills the tea, or what's it called, the tea with Simone Teags. But before we got on air on the radio station here today, Simone agreed that I take this topic because I have my opinions about this certain topic. I was appalled. I was upset. I was mad. And here's why I am mad about this topic, because it doesn't make sense to me. It drives me nuts. It really does. Now, have you heard of the South Carolina event that they do for Juneteenth? They do a 3-day event celebration hosted by a nonprofit organization, Juneteenth GVL Inc. Y'all want to know what they did? They had a banner for promotions, and they had a white couple on that banner. Now, before I get into my bag, before I start podding right now, I have some some words about this segment, some choice words about this nonprofit organization. But I do want to say first, I understand the inclusiveness of things. I like inclusiveness, right? I work in an institution where we practice inclusiveness and diversity, right? I have many friends from all different kinds of races, backgrounds, religions. If y'all ever see my circle, it is tremendous. How tremendously good, by the way. It's amazing that in my circle, we have a whole circle of people from all walks of life. I got friends from India. I got friends from China and Thailand. I got friends who are from Vietnam. I've got friends from Pakistan. I have some friends from Jamaica. I have all walks of life. So I understand the aspect of trying to be more inclusive. But we have to understand that Juneteenth is for us. We have to understand that, guys. Juneteenth is for us. For us, by us. Shout out to Fubu. I don't know where Juneteenth GVL, I don't know who in the hell is running their marketing campaign, but they're going to get shut down from this. Now, I'm not upset that it's a white couple that's on the banner. But it's a white couple with no black people on the banner. You have to understand your market. Juneteenth is for us blacks. It is. It's for us African Americans. The true meaning of Juneteenth, I have my computer. I'm even going to Google Juneteenth meaning, because I think a lot of people are not understanding the true meaning behind Juneteenth. It's all about sales and dollars and trying to get you to buy something with a Juneteenth deal. Apple probably gonna roll out a Juneteenth band that's a new face watch for Apple. They're probably gonna, and there's not a knock on Apple whatsoever, but it's all about sales when it comes to these holidays. Now, Juneteenth, first of all, Juneteenth is not an American holiday. I'm going to come out and say it. Juneteenth is not primarily a American. Stop trying to make Juneteenth a traditional American holiday. That's the first gripe, Simone. Second, now here's the definition of Juneteenth. A holiday celebrated on June 19th to commemorate the emancipation of enslaved people in the U.S. The holiday was first celebrated in Texas, where that date was in 1865, and the aftermath of Civil War. Enslaved people were declared free under the terms of the 1862 Emancipation Proclamation. Joe Biden has made that a federal holiday, June 17, 2021, right? Now, it is amended on the Title V United States Code to designate Juneteenth National Independence Day as a legal public holiday. So basically what I just said from the definition, guys, and I just Googled it, really, it is for us that got our freedom as an African. Now, I'm an African American. Simone, you're an African American as well. This is our holiday because this is when we became free and not become slaves. We became free around this time. Now, there was still some debacle. There was still some racial slurs when it comes down to it. And then Martin Luther King has a play in this too. But this is a holiday for us. Right? And maybe I'm sounding woke on the podcast. I don't care. Right? Because we have people that don't like what we say and don't like what I say on my show. But damn it, I'm gonna say it. This is a holiday for us. Can we not have one holiday? Can we not have one thing that is about us? Just one. Just one. That's all we need. Now, like I say, I understand that, and the head of this organization said he was trying to implement inclusiveness, and I get it. Trust me, I get it. But you still have, and not just white people now, because there are some there are racist people who are Chinese. There are racist people who are Indian, right? It's not just for white people. I'm just gonna come on and say it. There's different types of racism now. There are. Racism still exists in our country today. I see it on either TikTok, Instagram, hell, I even see it on Facebook. Racism still exists today. It does. So this is why we celebrate this, because it's more than just racism. It's more than just being commemorated for the emancipation of enslaved us, our ancestors. This is a holiday for us. So I don't buy it when this organization, the first part, yeah, I get, hey, you're trying to be inclusive, but you got to understand your market too. You got to understand, where is this at, Simone? I want to say one of the Carolinas. You have to understand, okay, this may not be a good move to put a white couple on a Juneteenth banner, right? Let me tell you why too, Simone, because we are so sensitive. We are so sensitive to our cause that anything like this happens, you are on the list of being canceled. And you don't rebel from being canceled. You don't. When you're canceled, you're canceled. Now, Greenville citizens noticed last week that the new banners were being hung across main streets in honor of the 3-day event celebration hosted by the nonprofit. The banners quickly spread across social media after people noticed one that featured only a white couple with no black people. Look, I don't care if this organization was trying to appeal to a white-owned company. Not saying that this is what they did. I don't know what they did. But I don't care if you're trying to get a sponsor from Starbucks, or you're trying to get something off of something. I don't care. You got to understand your market. Right? Greenville's Fighting Justice Together activist Bruce Wilson publicly declared his disappointment with the banner to local news, calling it a misrepresentation of the holiday. Yes, I agree. It's a misreputation. I think they were trying to cater to these companies that's trying to get donorship. You don't need all that. You got to understand the market. You got to understand this holiday. If you really are looking for donors for this festival, get all black-owned businesses, hashtag black-owned businesses, because I participate in that. Because, guys, K.L.P Entertainment is a black-owned business. You've got to cater to your market. Go off to all these small black-owned businesses that are striving today. Get that donorship that way. Again, there's no racy to this, guys. It's just you got to understand your market. Now, Wilson staged events for Juneteenth events in Greenville, South Carolina since 2020. He stated that he was informed 1 month prior that his organization would not be able to use the Peace Center to plan an event in favor of another group, despite remarking that, this is quotation, guys, white American can celebrate Juneteenth. He called on Greenville locals to boycott the event. Look, I'm going to keep saying it, guys. You have to cater to your market. Juneteenth, this is our holiday. Again, before people try to cancel me, not racy to it, but this is facts. As a journalist, this is facts. You got to cater to your market. A lot of African Americans are not going to be happy about it. They're not. I remember when Juneteenth first came out, and it was 2021, right? Everybody was on edge because 2021, so it's a year after George Floyd's murder, right? That was a big thing there. Huge thing, huge protest, huge. So it's very, very sticky. A lot of people don't know where they stand. That's why a lot of people have been quiet about when Juneteenth first came out. A lot of people were very vocal, but some people, hey, I ain't trying to get canceled, so I'm gonna be quiet. Now, this was a quote here from the speaker, Wilson. He says, "I'm the first to say that white America can celebrate Juneteenth. I just don't think white America should be the face of Juneteenth." I agree. Again, I'm gonna keep saying on this episode, no racing to it. I've had friends who celebrated Juneteenth and they were white. That's understandable, but to be the face of it, look. A lot of people protested when George Floyd got murdered. Yes, guys, he got murdered. But they don't want to be the face of it. And it's the same thing with Juneteenth. You shouldn't be the face of Juneteenth. Right? You have to cater to that market, because if you put, and this is quote unquote, because I hate using this term, but if you're putting white American in the face of Juneteenth, then yeah, you're gonna have some backlash. You are. He quoted here, I think that's where the disconnect is. One, I'm asking this event to be boycotted if they do not feel the need to remove this banner. Secondly, I'm asking everyone to call the city manager and voice your concern about this particular banner, Wilson says. Now, Reuben Hayes, the CEO of this organization that's making this event, remarked that the intention of the banner has to promote unity for the event, that there are 9 other designs which include Black, Asian, Hispanic residents. The idea, he also said, came from his all-black board with no pressure from the city to diversify the promotion. Again, guys, I get it. I understand that you're trying to be inclusive and you're trying to get diversity into this promotion, into the event, but you got to cater to your audience. You got to. I think it would be the same thing when, and it kind of is, right? Because if you think about it, and I'm not going to harp on this too much, Simone, because I know you got topics on the podcast, but this is the thing here. When it comes to Asian Awareness Month, Pacific Asian Month. That was this month of May, I want to say, right? You've had banners and events, and you've had Pacific Asian counterparts be the face of those banners, be the face of that promotion, right? When it's Hispanic Month, you have citizens of the Hispanic descent or Hispanic features. They're the faces of those promotions, right? Maybe, hey, comment below if I'm wrong now, but it's true. You have those faces. So you have to understand some people's reasoning. Juneteenth, now it's our turn as African Americans. We want to be the face of our own thing too. Right? You've got all these different cultures and backgrounds and awareness months, and you put specific features, specific counterparts in the face of this. But when it comes to our turn, African Americans' turn, you want to not put put us on the face of promotion, of the events, of the marketing. That's why people are mad. That's why people are outraged. I don't know. I think these banners, I mean, look, they got to cater to their audiences. Best of luck to them on the 3-day event. I'm here in Atlanta, and I'm sure Atlanta's going to be having a lot of events. I don't have any plans to go to Greenville for their event because I can just stay here in Atlanta. But I don't feel bad for this company because honestly, you gotta realize your market. And I don't know if it's somebody in their marketing team that just don't understand, but as a guy who has a bachelor's degree in marketing, you have to cater to that certain specific audiences. You have to be careful because people are not going to be happy about this decision. mind you guys, again, I'll keep saying it on the show. That way comments don't, oh, Kennedy said it. No, I get the inclusion. I think it's cool. The unity is a good idea. Got to be careful because a lot of people are not gonna agree. All right. Like I said, I'm not gonna harp too much about this, but I just wanted to kind of start to show off with this because I was just a little bit taken back. I was shooketh, if you will, Simone, when it came down to it. But I'm done. Simone, you have this news report about Danny Lee. Oh man, Danny Lee. I'm sad for her.
Yeah, me too, Kennedy. This one really, 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 really hurts. Now, for a lot of people who don't know who Danny Lee is, she's, of course, a singer, artist, tremendous good artist. Like, she's made a lot of great hits. She's a singer, songwriter, rapper, dancer, choreographer. She's coming in from Miami, and she was nominated for BET's Best New Artist and so much more. And this one really hit home for us. This sucks. This really does suck because I don't know. When it comes down to artists who do these things, it sucks. And you really want to know, is it something more than just this happening, right? So Danny Lee got arrested for DUI, hit and run, allegedly drags victim on one block. She has been arrested with 3 felonies as part of a hit and run while driving under the influence in Miami Beach this week. Now, this news source was coming from TMZ. Danny was booked early Tuesday morning, so that was yesterday, after she allegedly hit a person on a moped and attempted to flee the scene. You make it worse when you hit something or hit somebody. Never run, guys. That's kind of a PSA to all of our fan base out there. But if you do hit something or someone, stay there, because it's going to be a felony if you run. Now, eyewitnesses who claim to have seen the accident the victim was dragged for about a block after Danny Lee was seen swerving in and out of lanes at high speeds. Now, the paperwork was obtained, Kennedy, by TMZ. And TMZ says that cops caught up with the singer and allegedly smelled alcohol on Danny's breath, who failed the field sobriety test. Oof, this is not good. And took a breathalyzer where she blew nearly twice the legal limit of 0.148. She was then arrested and booked for 3 felonies, which include driving under the influence, leaving a scene of a crash with serious bodily injury, and DUI damage to property. Yeah, this is not good for her. When you are booked on 3 felonies, you're going down. Regardless, you are going down. You're not going to, by the grace of God and a good lawyer, maybe you'll get, I don't know, you might be lenient, but that's with the grace of God, because this is serious. This is very, very serious. She's beautiful too. Like, she's so beautiful, and now that this happened, it's like, this is it. I also wanted to know, just a question, and we often ask ourselves, and we should ask ourselves about, when artists and rappers and singers and dancers and songwriters, when they go down like this, do you often think, was things good at home, right? Was there a mental state, right? And I preached about it, Kennedy, you preached about it. Mental health is everything. Getting checked out. If you're not there spiritually and a little bit mentally, your mental health is taking a toll, then that comes the question that maybe I should go seek help, right? It hurt in Danny Lee's case. We don't know. We don't know if this was a mental state, or we don't know if this was her having a bad day, or maybe she just was running to have a good time and maybe it took her too far. I had my share experiences of where when I'm having a great time, I'm having too much of a great time, and I'm out there and I'm driving, and then you often ask yourselves, how do you associate yourself with good friends to watch over you? Because if I was Danny Lee's friend, I'm not, but if I was her friend and she's getting wasted and I'm sober, no, I'm driving. I'm driving because this is never good. Driving under the influence, hitting somebody, attempting to leave the crash scene this is not good for her. It's a sad case, and she's only 28, so she's 2 years older than me and 1 year older than you, Kennedy. So, she's that's it. Singer, songwriter, rapper, dance, all that gone. Right? Because once you're on the inside, you're on the inside. And you can try to come back and come out, and some people make it, right? A lot of people went to jail, and in her case, this could look like prison time. I pray to God that she doesn't get prison time. But with 3 felonies and arrested, a DUI, yeah, this could be, and hitting somebody too, attempted alleged hit and run. And this is alleged, right? We don't know the full outcome of this quite just yet, but, this is serious. And for her to try to come back swinging from this, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be, a good life for her, but maybe God may have mercy on her soul, but it's unfortunate. It's very, very unsettling, but it's very, very, very unsettling when it comes down to it, and it makes me sad. It makes me sad as a artist myself as well. This is not really a good way to go, honestly.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. It's scary, jail time, prison time. Hey, that's why I try to make sure I keep my ducks in a row, and I have good karma, and I stay blessed up, and I always do the right thing, because yeah, I hear things about jail and prison, and it freaks me out. So, never, ever. Now, we got Arthur up here in the studio. Of course, he's having them sports news, and it's good to have you back, Arthur. I know you've been taking some time off. Arthur's been taking some time off, but he's back for our show, and later on today, we're going to have Beatrice Gemma to do our next hip-hop news. Addison Hayden, she's taking some time off because I love to have people take time off when they work a lot. And Addison, she works a lot when it comes to K.L.P Entertainment. So I got to give my people some time off, right? But Arthur, what we got in sports news today?
LA Galaxy fire president Chris Klein amid nightmare start to MLS season, fan boycott. It finally happened. The LA Galaxy have parted ways with President Chris Klein, the team announced Tuesday. Amid a nightmare start to the Major League Soccer season, little to nothing has gone right for the club, which has just 9 points in 14 matches. Klein was at the center of much displeasure due to the franchise's fall from grace and missing the playoffs in 4 of the last 6 seasons. Bad signings and a lack of accountability from the front office boiled up so much that it forced the fans into a boycott this season, calling for his removal from the club. They got what they wanted, which seems like a step in the right direction for the future of the Galaxy as they now try to repair the hefty damage Klein left behind. Sporting director and head coach Greg Vanney will continue to lead all soccer operations, but he'll have to do so with a sanction from the league due to violating salary budget and roster guidelines in 2019. Just one of the many things that went wrong under Klein's tenure. Klein's firing should ease some pressure on the team and franchise as a whole. At the very least, fans will be back in the stadium, helping boost attendance that was dwindling due to the boycott. With new senior vice president of player personnel Will Kuntz now part of the staff, Galaxy fans should feel optimistic about what is to come. Removing Klein from the mess he helped create is just the first domino to fall. But the only true way to fix some of these issues is by winning games, something they haven't done much of this season.
Man, they firing people too. Like, it's crazy about how many people, from coaching staff to presidents, they can get cut, and when they cut, right? And now they have to figure out, I don't know, like they have to figure out where they have to do going forward into it. Now, very, very excited. I wanted to report real quick, Simone, before we get to Beatrice Gammas for her latest news report here today. Street Fighter 6 It's coming out this Friday, June 2nd, and they already got the scores out. Of course, IGN gave it a 9 out of 10. GameSpot is giving it a 9 out of 10. PC Gamer's giving it an 89%, and GamesRadar have given it a 5 out of 5. Very, very exciting. I definitely will be picking this game up because if you guys don't know this about me by now, you should. But when I go and buy a video game, I try to look at the reviews first. And I'm glad I did it this week because Gollum, Lord of the Rings Gollum came out, and they had some piss poor scores for that game. And this sucks because I was very looking forward to the Gollum third-person adventure type video game that's out now. But then when I saw the reviews and the score, I'm like, yeah, I'm not about to pay full price for a game that's scoring this low. With Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 6, Street Fighter 6, I knew I was going to pick it up regardless because I'm a huge Street Fighter fan. But it's so good to see that they had such great scoring. That is going to be a game that I pick up and I will be playing. And I will do a formal review next week on Street Fighter 6. Guys, this is gaming season. And I love it. I'm here for it. Very, very excited. Yes, I will be picking it up for PlayStation 5 for the 60 frames per second. Of course, Simone. I got to pick that up. But yeah, it's out there right now, and I'm very, very excited. Comment below, guys. Are you excited for Street Fighter 6 as much as I am? I'm super pumped for it. Now, Beatrice, she's here also in the studio to give us our newest hip-hop news. Beatrice, what we got?
Halle Bailey watches The Little Mermaid in theaters wearing a disguise. Before she took on the role of Ariel in Disney's live-action remake of The Little Mermaid, Halle Bailey was best known for her vocal talents alongside her big sister Chloe in their R&B duo. Their debut project, Ungodly Hour, brought them massive success, but we have yet to hear a sophomore effort from the siblings. Instead, the older of the two has been focusing on her solo career within Pieces and a movie called Praise This. At the same time, the younger has been gearing up for her feature film debut, which finally took place last week. Halle has unfortunately faced considerable racist backlash for taking the traditionally white role as a black woman. Nevertheless, her performance proves that she was the perfect pick for the role, as many critics have already stated. While she likely already knows the script like the back of her hand, the 23-year-old wanted to get the authentic theater experience. In order to keep a low profile, she donned sunglasses and a COVID-19 face mask to conceal her identity. Rather than sticking with Ariel's signature red style from the film, Bailey also opted to sport thick twists of hair, making her almost more mistakable for Chloe. As Uproxx notes, she appears to have been viewing The Little Mermaid at Americana at Brands AMC in Glendale, which is an area that celebrities have been known to frequent. Based on the TikTok she posted this week, the Do It songstress doesn't appear to have broken her cover. Elsewhere on social media, the Atlanta native shared an adorable video of her and her boyfriend DDG exchanging countless smooches following the conclusion of the worldwide Disney media tour with co-stars and executives who helped the long-awaited film come to fruition.
Shout out to Halle Bailey. You know what? Shout out to both of them, Halle and Chloe, right? Because within the last couple of months, you had Praise This, the Peacock movie, and now you got The Little Mermaid from Disney in theaters, right? So both the sisters are winning, really. But then shout out to Halle Bailey, but I gotta root for both the sisters because they winning. They are. Very, very excited for sure. The Little Mermaid is out. Simone, I'm conflicted because I did watch The Little Mermaid when I was a kid. That movie's out now, but Spider-Man comes out Friday. So look. There's just so many movies that are coming out. But I think I would save my movie money to go see Spider-Man because I am a Spider-Man geek, Spider-Man nerd, if you will, and I'm a Marvel guy too. So that's a highly anticipated movie that as an animator myself, I definitely have to go watch. So I got to save that money for that. But shout out to Halle Bailey and The Little Mermaid. Simone, you going to go see that movie or are you going to go see Spider-Man?
Spider-Man all the way. By far. Now, hey, I'm not knocking The Little Mermaid because they made a lot of money opening. weekend, but yeah, I'm going to go see Spider-Man because I gotta see what's coming up next for Miles Morales and the gang, right? I gotta see what's going on for that. Like I say, shout out to him, but I'm more of a Spider-Man goer this weekend, possibly this weekend. I'm trying to make it happen this weekend. Damn it, even if I gotta go by myself, I'll go by my damn self. Or maybe we can make this a company thing. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to go see Spider-Man this weekend. Now, I wanted to bring something as our last moment here on the show, Kennedy, because this was explained back in 2020, but I wanted to kind of bring it up again because we went out, I went out with some of my girls Memorial Day, right? And we were talking about Beyonce, right? Beyonce is getting ready to come to Atlanta. I heard that they added another show in Atlanta for Mercedes-Benz. So, tickets, I don't know how to get tickets. I'm trying to get tickets. Maybe I'll go and get tickets. I don't know. But me and some of my girlfriends, we were talking about Beyonce and you know how her set, the Renaissance tour in the set, and we talked about the bizarre Beyonce conspiracy theory being, is Beyonce an Illuminati, right? And that was like a hoax thing that everybody was just talking about. And I just kind of wanted to revisit that conversation because we're really thinking about now Beyonce, the queen bee, and the beehive. Well, I'm part of the beehive by far. You know, she's doing the thing. But there's been stories about the conspiracy theory about Beyonce, and I thought it'd be a fun topic to talk about as our last moment. Now, you might have seen the Twitter post that went viral back in 2020 over that past weekend with Florida politician K.W. Miller, who is verified by Twitter and was currently running for Congress at that time, 2020 that is, making an unhinged claim that Beyonce isn't actually African American. That was a conspiracy that, you know, a lot of people have claimed down, but secretly Italian is what people were saying. I gotta say on that, yeah, she's African American. I think. I know. I'm sure of it. I'm sure that she's able to, you know, be she's African American by far, based off what I've seen in documentaries, videos, behind the scenes of things. Now, Beyonce and her husband, Jay-Z, obviously, have been long subject to be conspiracy theories and wild fantasies that the idea that the two are members of the Illuminati and are secretly ushering a revolution, a new world order, brainwashing the public through music videos and dance routines. And we were talking, me and some of my girlfriends, we were talking about it because, and I don't think she is. But that's the answer to that, because I know a lot of people in the comments might say, do you think she is? I don't think she is. I don't think so. I think she is an icon that honestly is a force to be reckoned with, right? Because you have Jay-Z being the billionaire, right? Beyonce being a billionaire, and she blossoms on everything. One of my girlfriends, she said that, you know, when she goes to go see Beyonce and Beyonce's doing the routine, she's gonna melt, right? And a lot of people would say, oh, do you think that she has the ability to brainwash her fan base, have the ability to brainwash people that go see her? Because people are spending upwards of $3,000 to go see Beyonce. To me, I'm part of the Beehive. I love Beyonce. But $3,000, that's hey, we making it happen. We blessed and highly favored. You know, we ain't straggling, but that's $3,000 that you gonna drop for a concert. It's interesting. It's very, very interesting that people bring that up about Beyonce and Jay-Z, being that maybe they're members of the Illuminati, and you know, they can brainwash people that got so much power. Now, I do believe Beyonce and Jay-Z has a lot of power in the music industry. Again, they're billionaires, so they're making a lot of things happen. But I don't think that they're part of the Illuminati. I think they are I think that they're very smart in music business, and it's amazing. Anything Beyonce touches turns to gold when it comes to her music, right? Where she knows the market. Like you said early in the radio show this morning, she knows her market. She knows what she can cater to. And people go out and listen. People really do enjoy it. Shout out to Beyonce. Shout out to B. Beyonce, I doubt she's to this podcast. I'm not saying not shitting on her podcast, but I mean, she got other things going on right now. I would love to see Beyonce in her next movie, right? I thought she was going to be a part of the Black Panther movie. That was the whole thing there too, Kennedy, where Beyonce was supposed to be playing a role in Black Panther. So that's very interesting that we didn't see that actually. But like I say, I don't think Beyonce's part of the Illuminati as my girlfriends and I admit we're talking about over dinner Memorial Day, and it's on the internet right now. Everybody's talking about, well, do she have that kind of power? She has the kind of power to have people cater and go out and see and buy a ticket and have a good time, but to brainwash, that's something else.
You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. So a lot of people were singing that song. And that's not brainwashing. That song is very catchy, right? She knows to stay in the realms and to cater to the audiences, right? And, when people are going through, work needs and mental health, and you sing, you won't break my soul, right? So shout out to B, shout out to J. They don't know us personally, but shout them out too, because they out here getting this money. So that's going to wrap it up here on our show here, the K.L.P. Aftermath Season 6. Simone, it's always been a pleasure. Beatrix, Arthur, thank you guys for coming in this morning to give us that juiciness of today's show. The show is actually pretty lengthy. I love it. We're looking at 45 minutes. I love it. We're going to try to make sure we continue to do longer shows for you guys, our audiences. Thank y'all. Y'all are like the most, or you guys are the important part of our show is the audience, the community, our listeners from all major audio platforms, Spotify, iHeart, Audacity, Stitcher. You guys are amazing. If you're watching it on YouTube as well, we appreciate it. For our cast and crew here at K.L.P. Entertainment, we love you guys. So thank y'all so very much for that. So that's going to wrap it up here at K.L.P. Aftermath Season 6. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. And until next time, guys, as always, I like to say, stay safe, stay swanky, peace.